name that trends on social media quite often. Every time India keeps Sanju out of the playing 11, his fans create a massive uproar on social media. Some people even say that after Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, Sanju has the largest fan base amongst currently active Indian cricketers. Shocking considering how young he is, not just age-wise but even in the international circuit. In fact, in the recently concluded T20Is series against New Zealand, where the senior players were also rested, Sanju didn't get a single game. And as always, this led to a huge uproar on social media. So much so that certain fans want him to retire from Indian cricket and play T20 leagues overseas where he will be respected at least. So here we bring to you some tweets by the fans who are clearly not happy with Sanju being ignored yet again. Well, there were quite a lot many reactions on Sanju Samson that why he has been excluded from the team, and especially everybody was expecting him to be there in the team against New Zealand in this recently concluded 3-match T20I series. But when his name wasn't featured in the playing 11, his fans were really angry. And one of the users said, "He's always avoided by BCCI, but he didn't say anything about them. But this time, it is too much. You are respectable, Sanju. Shame on you, BCCI." Well, this fan clearly feels that it's the fault of BCCI that they aren't giving enough chances to Samson. Another user actually questions the placement of the other cricketers. The user writes, "Sanju deserves to be in team when players like Rishabh Pant, Deepak Hooda and Harshal Patel are getting chances again and again, so why can't he? Unfair." Well, there's a point over there. If we talk about Rishabh Pant, and we'll talk about Pant in just this series, he played 2 matches against New Zealand in the second T20I as the first T20I was washed out. So in the second T20I which happened, in that match Rishabh Pant scored only 6 runs. And in the last match, he scored 11 runs. Now, in such a scenario, Sanju Samson's fans were very angry. They said, "Why can't you bring in Sanju Samson? At least he will play better than Rishabh Pant." They had a feeling and they had a thought that if Samson would have been there in place of Rishabh Pant, then he could have scored better runs and he could have contributed in the team in a better way. Well, only time will tell. Will Sanju get the place or he won't? Now let's have a look at the another user's tweet. This user has actually posted a picture of Sanju Samson and he has written, "Being Sanju Samson is very hard." Another user has also shared a picture of Sanju Samson in his IPL jersey and has written, "Ravi Shastri had the point, but dirty politics is the main villain. Nobody can help." Well, is it really about politics? Only time will tell, because Sanju Samson's place in the team has been questioned and has been debated in a lot many senses. So whether it's about politics or not, only time will tell about it. The other user has also shared a picture of Sanju Samson in Indian jersey. This user has written, "Another day, another match, another ignorance. Being Sanju Samson isn't easy by any means." Now this user has something very different to say. This user says, "How unlucky is Sanju Samson that he doesn't even get a chance to play in a dead rubber in a second string 11 of Indian team. Samson should retire and better play overseas leagues like Faf du Plessis. At least he will get the respect he deserves." Now, when Sanju Samson is not getting place in India's playing 11, then his fans believe that it's better for Samson to retire and then participate in the foreign leagues. At least there he will get a chance to showcase his talents. Now, this user says, "Another series, another tour, warming the bench. Sanju Samson definitely deserves a longer rope. It would have been great had the management rested Suryakumar Yadav and some other senior players and slotted Umran Malik to give them some game time." Well, there's a point there, because before the series, before the India versus New Zealand series, everybody had thought that they will get to see Umran Malik, Sanju Samson, Shubman Gill. But when the playing 11 was announced on the second match, it was surprising to quite a lot many people that Sanju Samson, Umran Malik and Shubman Gill were missing from the team. Now, in such a scenario, people are questioning that why youngsters like Sanju Samson and Umran Malik didn't get a chance in the team. Years change, captains change, formats change, but Sanju Samson getting dropped never changes. Well, his fans are quite emotional. They really feel for Sanju Samson. As in the introduction, I just said that, people believe that Sanju Samson's fan base is up to the mark of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. So they all feel for him and they think that he's very deserving cricketer. This fan writes, after 2 years, they will say Sanju is 30 and he is not fit into T20 team. Injustice continues. Sanju Samson is in his 20s and he has got good cricket capacity for coming years. But this user has a point. Now in coming years, Sanju Samson will turn 30 and there is a possibility of fitness issues. In such a case, whether Sanju Samson will be considered in T20 matches and T20 teams or not, that's a big question. This user says, feeling sad for Sanju Samson, most unlucky player in cricket history ever. God is watching all. Well, yes, God is watching all and Sanju Samson might get his chance in near future. Who knows? Now let's have a look at this tweet. Still no Sanju Samson and Umran Malik. Are we really preparing for next T20 World Cup? Well, the next T20 World Cup is in 2024 and in this series, as I also mentioned earlier, that everybody was expecting Umran Malik and Sanju Samson and it brought disappointment to the fans' faces as they couldn't see their favorite players out there. And it's actually related to Umran Malik and Sanju Samson that this was the T20Is series, which was really important for them because this year it's ODI World Cup and now there'll be more of ODI matches. So fans are also furious in the team management that this was a really important T20I series and these two players should have been there. Now this is a very nice tweet. This user has actually shared a nice picture of Sanju Samson and has written, no blame games, no outburst, no interviews, no statements. He just taking all these discrimination with a smile. Lion-hearted Sanju Samson. As I said, that fan base of Sanju Samson is really very special and this tweet has also brought smiles to other users as well because this tweet actually shows a ray of hope that he will be there in the playing 11 sooner or later. Now the last tweet of the day. This user has written, seriously, it's hard to imagine in the shoes of Sanju Samson. You're not doing anything wrong. Still, you're not finding a place in the playing 11. You please leave the Indian team. This is actually a reiteration of the tweets that was read before. One of the tweets that had mentioned that Sanju Samson should retire. Well, this user is actually saying that Sanju Samson should leave the team because if Samson is not getting any place in the team, then there is no point of him being in this team as well. Well, as you all have seen, fans are not happy. From it's not easy being Sanju Samson to the calls of unfair, fans are making sure their dissent is heard. Many even believe that if Rishabh Pant can be given so many chances, then why not Sanju Samson? Samson, who made his T20I debut 2 years prior to Pant in 2015, has played only 16 matches, while Pant already has played 66 matches. Even Captain Hardik Pandya was asked about the omission of Sanju Samson from the 11, to which he said, if they are sitting out, Sanju Samson, for example, we wanted to play him, but for whatever reason, we couldn't. He further said, but I can get into their shoes and understand how they are feeling. As a cricketer, it is difficult, whatever one might say. You are in the Indian team, but you are not getting a chance in the 11, so that's difficult. At the end of the day, I can say whatever I want, but those will just be words. It will still be difficult for them to deal with. Well, Hardik Pandya made a point. It'll all be just words. No matter who says what, it'll be just words because only the player can feel about being absent from the playing 11 in such kind of international series. But will Sanju Samson get a good place in this team or not? We'll have to wait and watch. Until then, you can stay tuned to our YouTube channel Cricket Next because here we provide you with all the latest news and updates. You can also connect with us on our various social media handles. That's Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Till then, take care.